Just the family.
Oh, nice.
Good morning and welcome back to live streaming coverage of the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. That should be the men's Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. We've got John Epping taking on Jason Camm. Special guests for the broadcast today. We've got Matt Camm
Hey,
and
everyone.
Coach Jim Wilson of Team Epping. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us, Jerry.
Morning.
It's good morning. Good morning. Bright and early, 9 a.m. from the KW Granite Club here.
It's a little different waking up and just turning on the screen. Could be playing right now.
Yeah, so Matt, you're on the bench this weekend.
I am nursing an injury.
Coming back from had a little bit of an interesting tumble at work.
I did. Yeah, I fell off a roof and landed on my feet, and fortunately, I didn't break any bones in my legs. Just bruised my heels pretty bad, and then I fractured my wrist. So hopefully the cast comes off tomorrow, and I can start practicing and meeting up with the boys.
Get back on the ice, get into play. Pat Jansen has been filling in for you this weekend.
Yeah, they picked up a super spare. Pat's awesome. Looks like he's fitting in great. So it's different watching, but I'm happy Patty's there.
We're gonna call him Eddie the Eagle after the slide down the roof. He tried to ski but didn't do so well.
Yeah, no, I flew for a bit. Don't do it. I wouldn't suggest it.
So the team came together pretty well last season. Ryan Fry was the new addition. Matt, you moved from third to second. What was the adjustment like for you?
More sweeping. Never realized how much you swept as a front ender, but that was the big adjustment there, and just watching John from a side perspective instead of more of a head on, because I've always watched John from behind the broom, and I was just learning the throws and learning how to judge. But I had a veteran with me. Langer was great, and he's really helped me along. And then Fry was an easy step in. He's always been a great third. So, yeah, it was a little learning curve, but I think we had a pretty good year last year with it.
Yeah, not bad. Sliding into number 2 in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you saw that lineup come together, and when you add a player like you're saying, like Ryan Fry into the fold, it's certainly just going to make everybody stronger and make the whole rink better.
Yeah, that's what we noticed. And John got super confident, and Fry was really good. He fit in perfectly, so it was an easy decision for me to go down.
So then, of course, taking on your brother's team here this morning in the semifinal at the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard.
Yeah, I'm not really picking sides right now. I don't know. I'm hoping for a good game here. The boys weren't too nice to my brother in the first game.
I think we had that game on the stream as well. Just the difference between where Team Epping is right now and where Team Camm is. A little mistake here and there, and the game kind of got out of hand on them early, but they weren't that far behind on general shot making.
No, I totally agree with you.
No, they're a good young team. They're going to be a team that's going to be reckoned with for sure as they get some more experience, I think.
Yeah, it's always good for them to play up. I find that's the biggest thing when you're a new team coming up playing against a team that makes fewer mistakes. So you learn from where you can afford to make your mistakes and when and what shots you have to make, and then trying to keep it close. So we'll see what they do today. Got a big shot. What is he doing here? Epping hammer, looking like a deuce.
I'm in
we might have little visitors later. My little ones are running around upstairs, so I'm sure they'll make their way downstairs to see me eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure any of that was expected, for sure. And I don't imagine the fans would be disappointed in seeing your littles dropping in at the same time as well.
Perfect. My wife's
This
being
is
a
the most I've
trooper
heard Matt
upstairs.
talk in 2 years so far. This is good.
Am I talking too much? You want me to?
No?
No. I'm just chirping
It's
you.
curling in a conversation.
On a Monday morning.
Yeah, Thanksgiving Monday.
Yeah, I forgot
you
it's
guys have
Monday,
your turkey already?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Social distancing
all
turkey.
packed away.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Boys, it
Looks
look
like a
they're
solid start for our boys.
Yeah. Jay's got to be careful here. Probably just gonna rip it out.
You kind of just take your medicine here. You don't want to
That's
give up
it.
3, do you?
No, you don't want to get cute with trying to roll it and straight jamming it in the back there.
No draw possible here?
Yeah, there's definitely a draw, but first end might be a fresh bath. Just take your medicine, as you said.
The last thing you want to do is give up a 3 in the first.
Yeah, it's a little bit tougher to come back from that, especially with the hitting capability of the boys.
So just makes it go away. John Epping will throw the same draw here again. Put 2 on the board. Head into the second end with a good lead.
He's thrown this one a couple times, so he'll throw probably a little bit less and give it to Langer to sweep in there.
Looks like Pat stepped right in here to get used, but he's used to Johnny a little bit over the past few years.
Yeah, they've played together some. Trying to remember all the teams that they were together with, but Pat played with some pretty good teams last year. I know he was with Botcher in Japan. He picked up a few other events. Definitely a top mercenary right now.
Oh yeah.
So 2 on the board.
I needed to get some breaks.
Here's
Yeah, 2 on the board for Team Epping. We'll head to the second end. Team Cam will get the hammer.
Look at John coming down the sheet with his camera. A lot more live streaming this year, I've noticed, which is good.
When I sweep with the Gold Line Fiber Light, I feel like I'm sweeping on TV.
That's life. More surface area, better results.
Are you at the cottage all week, Irby?
It's that easy.
It's that easy.
I know I've just been here since.
You need to sweep for weight. You need to sweep with
It's
this.
been beautiful.
Now,
The
every
weather's
time I
gorgeous.
curl, people ask me,
Yeah. Cold
what are
at
you
night.
sweeping with?
What are you
You
sweeping
get
with?
cold at night out
What are
there,
you
too?
sweeping with?
Yeah, it's
It's a gold line.
It's a
frosty
Gold Line.
mornings.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
I had to. I was golfing yesterday morning. We got an
Firehouse
hour and
Subs
a
has
half.
so many delicious quality
Hour and a
subs.
half.
There's something for everyone.
Because of the
But
frost.
the one that started it all more than 25 years ago was the Hook and Ladder. Piping hot and piled high with freshly sliced smoked turkey breast, honey ham, melted Monterey Jack, and loaded with
I'll be
the
right back.
freshest toppings on a toasted roll. Try the Hook and Ladder today to find out why everyone keeps coming back again and again.
Yeah.
The Hook and Ladder. One bite
Okay.
and you'll be hooked. Visit firehousesubs.ca to order online.
Glenn Howard here. I'm a proud beer store manager, one of 7,000 hardworking employees. There's been a lot of talk lately about putting beer in the corner stores. So let's talk about the beer store. We keep prices down with our efficient distribution system. We check IDs, keeping beer out of the hands of minors. We take back and recycle 87% of beer containers sold in Ontario. And we love what we do. I'm I'm proud to say when it comes to selling beer, the beer store does it the best.
Back here with the second end. This is the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard semifinal. Winner of this will advance to the championship final at 4 p.m. where they'll take on Glenn Howard, who is undefeated on the season.
Glenn's having a great year. They're playing well.
10-0 already to start. Not a bad way to roll out of the gate, no matter what the season is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for sure.
That's how you want to start off every season.
It's not like he hasn't won before or anything.
Very true. No,
Man, what a family that is for curling, the Howard family. That's just across the board. So it looks like the younger generation is not missing a beat either.
No.
Yeah, Scott.
That name will be around for a while.
Scott playing third and obviously showing his chops a little bit, sliding into that position. I think it was sort of a surprise to everyone when, was it 3-4 years ago, the best result that Team Howard had was when Adam Spencer had to duck out and Scott played third in Portage and they ran all the way to the final.
That's it.
And then Scott skipped the team on his own in Halifax at the Stu Sells 1824 Classic there and beat Gushu in the final even.
He's a great shooter. Always has been. Oh, Jason's got the two corners.
You guys had a good run together, Matt, when you're in juniors?
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of fun.
Got to the Canadian Junior Final.
Yeah, I was good at losing finals.
Games that two real good teams, and unfortunately somebody had to lose, and it came right down to that last shot, and like you were saying, the measure.
Yeah, it was something. It was fun. Oh.
So yeah, it set you up for men's play. Several players from that sheet of ice are still playing. I believe on the other side, Kirk Myers was on the ice there.
Yeah. Colton Flash
was on the ice as well. And on your team, you had Scott. Was Dave Mathers out there as well?
Yep. Dave and Andrew Hamilton.
Yep.
There's a lot of players still going from that. Jason's going to have a hard time generating a deuce here.
Does have those corner guards on the side to work with.
And he has one nibbling in the rings already.
He got that chipped in on the peel.
Mm-hmm.
One of those bonus shots.
Would you consider going around the guards here and just ignoring this stone?
I'd be tempted. Because the problem is if you don't make this correctly, you leave him a double. Or roll out. Uh-oh.
Real close to being a perfect shot. Almost left that behind that other corner guard.
He did. He almost made both there, the draw and the hit and roll.
To your point, Jerry, some of the more experienced teams would go around that corner, just ignore it. But that's, I guess, you learn what works for you as the season goes on.
Yeah, I think we really saw a change in the way the game was called last season, especially at the slam level, where you saw some of the early adopting teams call their game and the tactics that come from it. Like Team Cooey, for example, is one of the more aggressive teams at using double center guards and getting them into play. And because of that, I think their opponents are starting to pick up and do the same. Whereas some of these tactics haven't crept down into the Ontario Tour level to the same degree yet. So you're still seeing a little bit of 4-rock type, more passive approach without hammer being played out here against some of these teams.
Yeah, when you have a guy like Kevin throwing the last shot for Team Cooey, it makes your choices a little. You can junk it up a little more, knowing he's pretty good at that last shot.
Yeah, you can rely on those last shots being made, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting is as the game gets better from a skill level, there's certain tactics that are better than others. And, the one example that's probably the easiest is being tied without hammer or being down 2 with. That's the scenario that as the skill level gets better, you more likely prefer being down 2 with, because the tick shots are so makeable and the skip is not going to miss the 4-foot on an open draw for the win.
Look, is that you?
That's true, and it makes the 7th end it makes the 7th end pretty interesting end to watch sometimes because of that decision that you make, Jerry.
That's curling, yeah. Can you say hi? Can you say hi?
Matt's got a couple little guests there with him. And say hello. We got you on camera now.
This is Amelia. Can you say hi, everyone? There you go. Can you say hi, Arby? Oh, you're waving at Arby.
Hello.
Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi. You coming to play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the great things about having time at home, isn't it, Matt?
It is. I don't remember the last time I was home for Thanksgiving. May? You gonna go play with your kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all. All right. Go make some pizza.
Team Cam with couple corner guards up.
One in the back 12. John's just playing trees here.
Yeah, just tries to lock it out. You certainly, with hammer, love having your opponents chase you around the corners here.
Pretty good there.
Yeah. Be important for Jay to get it above the tee line here, so John has a more precise freeze to try to lock him off. How's the speed been all week, Jerry? Been pretty quick.
Sorry, say that again?
The speed of the ice looks pretty quick.
Yeah, it depends on whether you're picking the straight side or the curl side.
Mm.
It's a little bit straight coming off the boards here, off the aisleway.
What's up, Daddy?
And because of that, it can be a little faster down this path as well. Whereas going the other way on the curl side, it's slower than it should be, especially on the wide side over here.
Yeah. Makes sense. Doesn't look hard.
Yeah. So like that spot will slide fast.
Are the players seeing after a couple of rocks thrown down the spot that it gets quicker 2-3 feet, or?
Yeah, well, reaction-wise, that's what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Like you're seeing, players throw down a spot, down a few, and they're coming heavy. It's pretty standard mistake coming out of them. Yeah, this sheet's a little tricky, but in general, 4.5 feet a curl, 25, 26 seconds of speed. That's what Tim March was saying last weekend.
Okay.
Doesn't look much different here.
Johnny's just got to come down and freeze on that rock just to force Jason, it looks like him.
Yeah,
same
just
exact
count
shot.
it.
you gonna get chair?
Another real good throw there from John Epping.
You don't stand on the chair. Sit.
So that's going to leave Jason Camm the draw for a single point here in the second end.
Don't go too far. Same exact throw.
Yeah, I take the same broom here. Did it once already. Do it again. It's good enough for your point.
Looks like they like it.
So put one on the board for Jason Camm. He'll trail 2-1 to John Epping. This is the semifinal match of the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. We'll be right back after this short message.
Hi.
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 Hey, Jerry.
I'm Sean
Are you
Kerr.
there?
My name is Chris. Hi, I'm Phil Hanna.
And I'm an RBC mortgage specialist.
I can meet you where you work, where you live, or halfway across town. Unia Mortgage Specialist.
You can find us anywhere, from here
To here. And even way over here.
But what is a
Mortgage specialist.
And what does a mortgage specialist do?
What does a mortgage specialist do?
What does a mortgage specialist do?
Well, to start, we understand our communities.
Whether you live in Little Portugal
Or run and operate a store in Bloor West Village.
We want to understand you. We take the time to get to know each and every one of our clients.
Because we all have unique circumstances.
And we would love to get to know yours.
So, let's meet at your closest branch.
Or maybe over a cup of coffee.
so we can understand what matters to you.
We're here to support you.
And we never,
Ever.
ever leave our clients behind.
Whether you're buying your first home
Or your fifth.
Or even when you're looking to build your dream home.
We bring our deep understanding of the real estate landscape and our communities.
Together, under the one team of RBC.
Para melhor atender você.
Because our goal is to help you achieve yours.
Our goal is to help you achieve yours.
And we'll work tirelessly to make your dream home a reality.
To make your dream home a reality.
Your goals and dreams deserve an expert. Come and see an RBC mortgage specialist today, where we won't leave a client behind.
Back here for the third end. John Epping, Jason Camm here in the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard semifinal, joined by Jim Wilson, probably better known to most as Rock Bottom. Matt Camm, Team Epping regular second, also in the booth here tonight or this morning. Matt out of the lineup due to a flying accident.
Skiing injury, kind of.
Yeah, skiing off a metal roof. But Matt was very lucky and had a fracture in the wrist. Cast, he said, was coming off shortly, and hopefully back practicing again soon.
We're joke around, but it's so lucky that he didn't injure himself more, and we're pretty happy with that. It's a pretty scary situation for him.
So Epping with the hammer here in the third. Drawing to split the rings there. That one does slide through.
That's to your point, Jerry, earlier, that the paths may be a little different. Langer probably thought he had to add a little bit there.
Yeah, this is one of the things that you do see from arena ice to curling clubs is sometimes you get a little bit more shape to the ice in a curling club, shall we say.
Yeah.
So reading it becomes part of the challenge, and sometimes it's not a matter of being the same both ways. Like the ice here, we say one side straight. We're just saying, it's about a foot straighter than the other side. When you talk about a draw line, for example.
And it is different with the arena ice. The releases on arena ice are so different than what you have to release the rock in the curling club. And some of the you may see some of the bigger teams get caught with that a little bit.
Yeah, the arena ice is a little bit harder, so it grabs a little bit more. The stones are also treated a little bit differently in arena ice events, and so they'll tend to grab hard as well, and so you'll get harder curl, and because of that the players have to make sure they put a real good positive rotation on the stone. Otherwise you'll get 8 to 10 feet of curl when you want 4 to 5.
Right.
Anybody in the chat with questions, post them for Jim or Matt. I'll pull them out. So there must have been some good times growing up with your younger brother Jason there, Matt.
Yeah, we're 5 years difference, so we always butted heads a little bit when we were younger. But we've grown together now.
Yeah, that amount of difference probably takes a little bit of the competitiveness out of it, and
yeah,
a little bit more of a mentor type of relationship there.
Yeah, it's turned into that. We were both competitive when we were younger. We always try to one up each other. But now we work together, and he's good. He's really good curler, and I think he'll go far.
Yeah, won a Ontario Junior Championship. What was that? 2015-ish?
I believe so. Yeah.
So certainly working his way up the pathway. They've got a number of great sponsors, great gear out there on the ice. Of course, Matt Hall, Canadian and World Junior Champion with Tyler Tardy. And added Cameron Goodkey at second there, another player who skipped a team last year and had a little bit of success as well on the Ontario Curling Tour.
Yeah, he's got a good, strong young team, willing to learn and compete, and anything's possible if they work hard enough.
I think Matt won the OUAs, or did he win the CIU's curling last year too?
I'd have to look that up, but
Yeah,
I know.
I
he
think
skipped
you're
a
right.
team. He also skipped a Ontario Junior Championship team as well. Finished second at the national championships that year, and a nerd for the sport as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Jason's in a little trouble this end. It's a big shot here. Need a double.
Yep, time to clear some red granite out of the rings. Just missed that. Needed to curl up just a feather more.
Would that to be that straight side there, Jerry?
Yes, you do get that side runs a little bit straighter than the other side, especially as you get further out as well. We had John Wilsey on the broadcast on Friday evening. He's a club member here at the KW Granite, and he said in the past that middle aisleway used to actually be a bit of a hill, and you would get rocks coming harder off of it. So the new ice maker just started here a month ago or so. Got the ice ready for the Cameron's Brewing mixed doubles Thursday night or Thursday afternoon before the event started. You know, he's maybe flattened it out a little bit there.
Yeah, because I've seen
That sounds like an into the fire pretty quick.
Yep. You know what? The KW Granite, 3 events to start the season. Then, of course, next weekend's off. The weekend after that is the KW Fall Classic, which is scheduled to go again here in 2 weeks from now. Lob a
He's
third one
probably
in there,
sleeping in one of the back rooms. He's been pretty busy.
Oh, he's got his choice at a couple doubles here. Main thing is make a double. Let's see if Jason doesn't set this one, because this is the straight spot here.
Yeah, just an update on Matt Hall. I got a couple messages. He did win the OUAs and the U Sports Championships last year as a skip for Laurier. So right here in Kitchener-Waterloo.
Wide again.
Yeah, it's surprising that Jason hasn't picked that up on this sheet. He's played it a few times. You know, we see this at the slams all the time too, where you know, when we're dedicated to sheet C all week long, you catch the trends, you get the feel for the sheets, and you see game after game after game, the players keep falling for the same thing.
That's it.
Johnny's got to try to put one somewhere that to make the double real hard here.
It's looking like it's real hard if you just throw it on that side of the sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have a slash on this other side if you don't get something over here to play with.
Yep. It's a good shot.
That's good enough.
Yeah, that one's lost.
Ooh, do you freeze out there underneath the corner?
I think Jay might be tempted to. I'm with you, Jerry. I think in either the freeze or the slash double.
Yeah, I think at this point you play the double. You're still in the game. If you knew the ice and the weight for the freeze, I think you go for it, though. 3/4 or so on this top stone makes the double. Epping will have the draw for 2. The Camm just looking to cut down the damage here. Two to come in the third end. Hits it on the nose, and that's going to leave Epping a draw for 3 here.
It's a great example of how a front end shot set up the end. Lots of people forget that those early shots are so important in an end too.
Yeah, and it's the way this is played. You know, it's a pretty open end. You look at for Epping, you know, low risk here, and now all of a sudden they had the ring spread out and a pretty simple 3 now. Brent Lang working on the sweep here.
Just
drags it in.
Good brush.
Yeesh.
Put 3 on the board for Team Epping. They take a 5-1 lead here after 3 ends at the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. This is the semifinal, streaming live from the KW Granite Club in Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, we are here at the Summit at King and Bathurst, and this condo complex is crazy. Look, it's got an outdoor pool, it's got 2 barbecues, has an indoor pool, full gym, yoga, workout room. This is truly like being at Club Med. Now, we're bringing this amazing 1-bedroom and den condo unit to market, brand new wood floor, brand new gorgeous kitchen, brand new bathroom, open concept. This building was built about 30 years ago. When they built these condos, they built them for living. So we're almost 700 square feet of open space, floor to ceiling glass, so much room, closet, storage. This is an amazing unit. So go to stusells.ca, look at all these pictures, see the video, and then call me, Stu, and come for your personal tour.
Back here for the 4th end. Special thank you to Stu Sankey, Stu Sells Realty, also a sponsor of Team Epping.
Yeah, Stu's been amazing for the sport. What a great support system. He does well on his own, but man, oh man, he's put a lot of effort into the curling scene.
Yeah, 12 years now that Stu Sankey has been involved with curling. I believe he was a 3 or 4 year curler when he got involved. He fell in love with the sport and wanted to give back out of the gate. You know, it's a great opportunity for him to market. One of the top realtors in Toronto. I think they call him one of the top 3%ers or something like that. With he'll sell your house for you, and you look at that last one. You know the energy he brings. How could you not want him selling your house?
Yeah, it's just a great professional. Like he attacks you know, his sponsorship in curling like he does his professional life. He's just a solid guy.
So of course, Team Epping has a number of great sponsors that have continued to help support you into this season, Jim. I know you were going to talk about some of them.
Yeah, we've been so lucky. John's team just in getting a lot of sponsors. I probably will read a list here. So, Live Relief, been there, dumped that. Cool Bet, which is our newest sponsor. VR Mechanical, Shipton's Heating and Cooling, which was John's husband's family. OSB, which has been a great Oakville Stamping and Bending. Epic Ale, which created a little Radical Road, and Cutter and Buck, which gave us all the outerwear clothing, and of course Balance Plus, that's been a long time sponsor. So they're lucky to have so many sponsors that allow them to do what they do. It makes a huge difference in curling with sponsorship.
Yeah, we're super fortunate. They make what we do possible.
Which tends to be sometimes the difference between the local Ontario teams and the teams that we'll call them the slammers, or the teams that are touring around the country. It's pretty hard not to tour around the country without having the sponsors. So you get limited at what your play is depending on how much sponsorship you have.
Yeah, you look at Team Camm here. I know I was talking to Jason about this. They've done pretty well with sponsorship themselves as well from a Ontario tour perspective. So they've gotten some investment to curl this year. I know Unifor is one of their big sponsors. It's what it takes, right? You know, as you climb that ladder, then you can ask for higher levels of sponsorship, which then help you pay for bigger schedules and going out and playing the Grand Slams and traveling out west to some of the bigger tour events and taking on new teams is really what you need to do.
It's very true.
A lot of guards in play here.
One of the sponsors, Cool Bet, which was new. Chris, who represents Cool Bet, had started up a little poker tournament, a charity tournament for Team Epping, and it was pretty fun. Over the one of the COVID events that we did was a Sunday night poker tournament, which a lot of the curlers got involved with. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I played a few of those. It was good fun to get out there and grind a little bit.
Yes.
How'd you end up doing, Jerry?
I didn't do very well in any of those tournaments. Got into playing a little bit again over the pandemic. Something to do, right?
Yeah.
I did at one time give the online pro poker thing a go.
Did you?
It's a very solitary life.
Yeah.
Didn't enjoy it. Sounds glamorous and all, but it's hard work.
Oh, I bet. It's a lot of computer screen time.
Yeah, I used to do 9 tables at a time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We had a guy, curler at Oakville, did the same thing. He started to do it professionally, and he said it started out okay, but as the players got better and better, he said it was hard to pick a table that you could know you were going to win at.
Yeah. Yeah, I played limit hold'em, so it's all just pure math decisions.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you're either making the decision to draw or not based on whether you can make it a certain percentage of the time. But yeah, it's supposed to be fun. It's a game, right?
Anyway, you should probably anybody listening check out CoolBet. It's a great site, and they've done a great job of making it really easy to to follow your sports and make the odd wager on football or hockey, baseball, all of those sites.
Yeah, we'll have a little feature coming out of the break in one of the upcoming ends from Coolbet. Talking about a year ago from this weekend. It's amazing, the snowstorm in Portage last year. Thanksgiving weekend.
That was a fun weekend.
Sarcasm.
I had a different team that weekend. I hung out with Botcher's team. We didn't make it to Portage.
Winnipeg was your closest?
That was the final destination. Yeah, it was a weekend getaway.
to wintry Winnipeg.
Yeah.
With Team Botcher.
At least we had electricity, though.
Yep.
Yeah, that's...
Epping with Shotstone in the rings here. Throwing up a guard to protect it. Doesn't look like Cam has anything anywhere in the rings here, so it's going to be tough to get a 2 score.
Yeah, Jason's team's been chasing this whole end. We've been playing a lot of run backs, double peels, just trying to open it up so they could try to use the corner guards, because John's rocking the forefoot there has been there the whole end.
Jerry,
Maybe
how
a
are
sliver of that
the
open.
players adapting to the masks? Yeah.
It's certainly not loving it. It's it was sort of the last thing we wanted to do. It was the guidelines for the club here is masks except when throwing and sweeping. But with recent announcements, we had asked the players to go full masks, and we sort of prepared them for it a little bit. But at the same time, it's, you know, it's different, right?
Yeah. It looks like everybody's doing a pretty good job, though. Like, you get, like, it's a hard situation, but if everybody just does a pretty good job, it's pretty safe out there, I would think.
Yeah, again, with everything we're doing with the pandemic, it's a math game. You just need to keep decreasing the number of interactions as much as possible. So if somebody lowers their mask to scratch their nose or to adjust it or whatever, it's such a minor amount of time that it's inconsequential to what happens out here. So, you know, we're looking for the best execution of all of these policies to just decrease and break the possible chain of transmission. Just coming out flat this morning is Team Cam, it seems.
Yeah. Jason's going to have a tough score here. Doesn't look too happy about that one. I think John's just going to plug up that hole. I'll probably force Jason to a little angle runner. Or a tap.
He may have to leave Jason with that tap.
Yeah.
It's a tough shot.
Only way John can really eliminate it is by sort of going in between it. Coming tighter with the guard. Right where they're tapping, essentially. Left it. kind of weight you think you'd throw at this, RB?
Ooh, I think you got to play a little back liner maybe and just try and nestle off that shot stone.
That red
You like
stone
the
in the
heavy,
top
hard
there
one?
is on, right?
The top red one?
Yeah.
It looks like it's on. They checked it. Yeah.
So you got to throw a shot to make sure that the the yellow one stays in the ring somewhere.
I'm a senior. We would play it really, really light.
Tap to the button for RB.
Yeah, though you do come from the era of Eddie Wernick, the end of his run in Ontario. I'm sure you learned a few tricks there.
I learned tricks. I just couldn't beat anybody.
Although you do have one of the best nicknames in the game.
What a
shot.
shot.
That's a great shot.
There you go. Jason Camm pulls one out of the hat. Gets a single point here in the fourth end. Head to the fifth. Team Epping leads 5-2 on Team Camm here at the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. This is the semifinal. We'll be right back after this short break.
When I sweep with the Gold Line Fiber Light, I feel like I'm sweeping on TV.
That's life. More surface area, better results.
It's that easy.
It's that easy.
You need to sweep for weight?
You need to sweep with this.
Now, every time I curl, people ask me, what are you sweeping with?
What are you sweeping with?
What are you sweeping with?
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Firehouse Subs has so many delicious quality subs. There's something for everyone. But the one that started it all more than 25 years ago was the Hook and Ladder. Piping hot and piled high with freshly sliced smoked turkey breast, honey ham, melted Monterey Jack, and loaded with the freshest toppings on a toasted roll. Try the Hook and Ladder today to find out why everyone keeps coming back again and again. The Hook and Ladder. One bite and you'll be hooked. Visit firehousesubs.ca to order online.
Hi everyone, I wanted to...
Some people see the world a little differently. Where others see problems, they see possibilities. And they have the curiosity and ingenuity to turn those lifeboat moments into awesome realities. We know who you are.
You talked about trying to get along with your families now, which I think a lot of people are trying to do, but usually you're on the road probably trying to get along with each other. You guys spend a lot of time on the road. I don't know if you have the rule of what goes on the road stays on the road, but I want you to break that rule right now because I've heard a few stories of what goes on when you guys are out there. One being about a snowstorm in Portage this year and all the power went out.
Yeah, well, one of the, Fry was mentioning earlier, one of the events you circle on the calendar is in Portage. And it was, I think, mid-October. And we knew there was going to be a big snowstorm when we were playing there. And just as we were landing, the snow started to hit. And actually, Matt was supposed to come in. Of course, he flies everywhere from Ottawa. The other three of us, we fly from Toronto everywhere. So, yeah, it turns out actually Matt never made it to Portage that weekend. But when I
got close.
You got close, but after we got there, they shut down the highway, so nobody could travel in. And so right when we started our first game, the power in the building kept flickering on and off, and I think we were in the second or third end, and the other team, they were throwing a really kind of heavyweight shot, and the lights just went out. And then they kind of came back on. I jumped off the ice because the rock was flying down the sheet. But,
a side note to that, Johnny, is the fact that we were in absolute jail that end. I missed two shots horribly that we were probably going to give up a 4-ender, and then the lights went off, so it was an easy fix. We just left the curling rink, and I never had to see those 2 shots again.
Awesome.
Yeah, another thing is in curling you can play with 3 players. So, I mean, kind of sucks for Langer.
Yeah.
It's kind of normal, and yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out, Fry. I was gonna have to throw you under the bus. I thought the lights out after those 2 bricks you threw in the third there, but you were saved. You know, it's that clean. Good things happen to good people. You were saved.
Oh, you pay the right guys to flick off the tower. Things go well.
Special thank you to CoolBet for their sponsorship with Team Epping. Great little feature that they put together over the summer. Had some good conversations there. Check out Team Epping on Facebook. Just search for Team Epping and you'll track down the videos, live streaming of Team Epping's games and everything as well. So back to the game here, 5th end, 5-2 lead over Jason Camm.
Jason's gonna have to go pretty offensive here.
That's a great shot right there.
It is. John's taking no chances. We'll see a lot of peels this end.
It's a pleasure to be joined by Matthew Camm, second of Team Epping, and Jim Wilson, coach. Jim, otherwise known as Rock Bottom. Now, we do have to hear about this story, Jim. It's the best nickname in curling, quite possibly, and it comes from a game you won against a legend.
Yeah. Well, we got lucky enough to beat Wayne Madoff a few times over the years, and I think we beat him twice in almost back-to-back. One of the, I think it was Graham McCarroll came off the ice and looked at Wayne and said, "Yeah, we can win the Ontarios, but we can't beat Wilson. We've hit rock bottom," and that's the story has sort of gone from there. So, at least it was some wins. I always say to Wayne, who's a great friend, and I say to him, "Yeah, I could beat you. I just couldn't beat anybody else." So we've had a great rapport with it. It certainly wasn't a negative thing. It was a true fact. So we've sort of you can either fight to get rid of a nickname or envelop it. So it's been fun. It's been fun for me.
Yeah, well, it just it's part of the culture of the sport, right? It's how this all comes together, and I know there are people who have no idea what your real name is.
Well, it's there's that. My kids even call me RB actually, which is funny. But there are some great nicknames. You have to ask David Mathers about his nickname.
Yeah, maybe get into that one during the final.
Okay, yeah.
So Cam lying 2 now here.
I think there's a guard out front too. Looks like a beauty.
Yeah, putting some pressure on here. For Epping now, he just needs to see about it, whether he can hold this off, open the front. Try and take some granite on the side with it.
Close. Great shot.
Not so bad.
You know, you look at a shot like that, and I know Ryan from practice, he will throw that shot a lot. So it looks like in the old days that was a 1 in 10 make, but now most of the guys are making that a lot. But they practice it too.
Yeah, that really is what you need to do to be great in this game. I always compare it to, the iceberg that the Titanic ran into. You see 10% above the ice. That's the game action that we're seeing these players in play. But the gym work behind the scenes, the mental training, the practice rocks at the curling club, all of that work going in is what makes this shot making possible. Another really nice draw around the center. You're going to make Team Epping have to do it again.
Good few draws by Jason's team there.
John Epping with the run back attempt in return.
His favorite turn, the in-turn.
Yeah. A little wide here.
Oh, boy.
Perfect.
I think this is why they call the in-turn run the John Epping.
It makes a lot of them.
Up. Yeah, you were on the ice in the house, Matt, for his shot against Kevin Cooey in Yorkton at the Grand Slam.
Oh,
he fired that one in off the wall.
I wasn't even fully convinced I was there, and he's like, no, it's there. Just got hit it here. All right, skipper.
And then you guys go on to beat Brad Gushu in the final. Gushu throws 100 game, and you still beat him. John makes 2
unbelievable
in-turn angle runs. Yep. And there you go. That's the gold right there out of John Epping.
That is.
Yeah.
We were just hopping in the backpack. Don't try to mess up too bad in front of him. Leave him an in-turn runner. Jason's got a decision to make here. Just a little bit of...
This, I believe, it's his last shot.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't think there is a 2 there. Oh, sorry, Epping's got hammer. Yeah, you're kind of welding for life.
Yeah, or you try a little soft hack waiter and you try to nose the red and sit right in front of it.
With that, trade sponsorship, Unifor there, a great supporter of the unions. You got to hope that Jason's got his welding license going on here.
Wow.
That is good. That's witty.
You. Actually, this end has been interesting because the Camm team has made lots of great shots, and now all of a sudden, because of a big one, they're facing giving up a deuce.
That's it. 2 great run backs, one from Fry and one from John. Completely changed the end.
So it looks like the play is the draw around the middle again. Just trying to figure out the exact spot to put the ice.
They don't want to sweep it. Oh.
Just left it a little too long. Waiting for the curl. If they would have jumped that halfway down the ice, maybe. Hog line for sure.
Yep.
They maybe could have gotten that buried, but shot for sure.
The main thing was getting shot and making John have to play at it or draw for one.
So Epping will draw for his second point here, already lying 1. Brent Lang just cleaning it in.
Perfect tee line.
And there it is. Put 2 on the board for Team Epping. The lead 7-2 here. Joined by Matthew Camm, Jim Wilson of Team Epping. Been Team Epping show here this morning, hasn't it?
You know, Jerry, you may have talked earlier, but got to give to all the sponsors of all teams this year. Like most of these sponsors are,
Oh, we may have lost Jim there
well,
a little bit.
There he is.
All right, go again, Jim. You were going to give the sponsor spiel here.
Yeah, we lost you.
Wow. That's
yeah. Go again.
What? I've been lost before. I just said all the sponsors across the board have stuck with these teams through the pandemic when things change. So you really have to really give the credit to a lot of these sponsors who have stuck with these teams. It's super important.
Yeah, we're trying to give sponsors as much exposure as possible. Of course, we got some great sponsors from the Stu Sells series, but we've also been throwing some team stuff in there. Obviously, Cool Bet with Team Epping. Yeah, we're trying to make it possible to give teams this opportunity to give a little bit of exposure as possible. So, quick, we're going to jump away here. Little message from Stu. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, we are here at the Summit at King & Bathurst, and this condo... Hey fellow curling fans, it's Stu here from the Stu Sells series. And I know that with COVID happening, curling tournaments getting canceled, curling clubs are being postponed or not opening, and you're all missing competitive curling. Well, I've got some great news. The KW Granite Curling Club has stepped up to the plate, and this weekend they're going to host the Stu Sells Oakville Tankard, and on Thanksgiving weekend they're going to host the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. And I went out, I invested a lot of money, and I bought top-of-the-line streaming equipment. So I've got great news. We're going to bring you live competitive curling online through the StuCurls.com site and Curling Zone. So we're going to bring some great curling for you to watch. So I want you to grab your beer or your Chardonnay, grab your snacks, sit back and enjoy. But the reason for this video and the GoFundMe campaign is the live streaming is really, really expensive. And I didn't want to have you subscribe to something or pay a fee to sign up to watching curling. I want to bring curling to all the curling fans across Canada, the United States, and the world. So we're just asking everyone to go on the GoFundMe page and donate $10, $20 and help us do the live streaming for this weekend, next weekend, and if we raise more money, we can do live streaming at all other events too. So remember, stay safe out there, 6 feet apart, wash your hands, wear a mask, and go to the Stu Sells Instagram and tell me what you think about my funky new backsplash.
Special thank you to Stu Sankey of Stu Sells Realty. Made a big investment this year in the streaming equipment. Borrowing a couple pieces here for these 2 weekends. We've still got a few things on order, some overhead cameras. But it's been amazing to be able to watch this. And the fundraising that we're doing is so we can pick up more events. The KW Fall Classic comes up in 2 weeks, and we're hoping to cover that as well. And then, if we get off to a good start at the beginning of the season here, the KW Granite Club has also been in some discussions with doing some more events as well. So we're trying to figure out how to get some games in with local regional play.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, you guys have been doing a great job.
So what's Team Epping looking like going forward here? What's your season ideas, plans, thoughts going on?
Well, it's all sort of up in the air right now. We don't really know what's going to run or what's going to happen with the pandemic. So we have a spiel booked in November, and then sort of playing it. We want to play more, but you also have to be careful.
Yeah, for sure. I know the KW Fall Classic is coming up in 2 weeks. Team Epping's not currently part of that, but we do have some flux in the teams there, so just throwing it out there. If Team Epping needs some games, let us know.
It's I know they discussed a couple of different options, and that was certainly one of them. But I guess after this weekend, they sit down and you almost have to plan your season week by week right now.
Yeah, I think that's the case. I know with where numbers were a month ago, you know, the thoughts of traveling to Alberta or Western Canada was in play.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, changes that may be limited over the next bit of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just run a whole bunch of training camps and we'll practice together, which will be nice. It'll be a nice change because we usually don't have a lot of time to practice because we're competing so much.
Yeah, it's definitely an opportunity for teams, and I think that's the best way to look at it. You know, like you're saying, Matt, getting out and setting up camps and working on specific tactics and techniques and shots as a team, you can really learn some skills as a group together too.
For sure.
Now the responsibility and the hard work comes onto you, Jim, to put this plan into place.
Well, there's a few plans, and usually there's so much travel, you're not getting a lot of time to practice. So we're looking at ice availability, and as soon as the one of the problems is some of the curling clubs have opted to either not open till January or limit their ice time. So once we get established as to what the plan is, we'll get some practice in for sure.
Yeah, we're certainly seeing that here this weekend. Last weekend, teams are a bit rusty at times. You know, you see the brilliant shot making you'd expect, and then every once in a while a dud comes firing down the ice.
Yeah. It's hard to believe the last time we were on the ice was, what, 7 months ago?
Yep, throwing stones on the Briar ice in
That's
Kingston,
it.
Matt.
Yeah. Haven't touched a sheet since.
Yeah, that was actually almost the last event that was run clean, and how the world changed after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been. It feels like ages ago, yet like yesterday. So again, Team Camm in trouble. They need to figure out a way to turn the game around here on Team Epping when Epping goes first. They're just not getting the Stones in a position to kind of get the advantage in an end here.
Yeah, well, our team's doing a really good job at lining up the first 3 rocks.
That's why it's so important to make those shots right and make them nearly perfect. Because even now, Cam is still, you know, chasing big time.
Yeah, they're getting their 2 corners up, but it's just the seconds first. They got to make sure they try to make a double and stay in play. Try to open up the middle a bit so you can use the corners. There we go. There's a little opportunity.
Yeah, this was going to be what was to come with where that yellow cam stone rolled. I think Epping forced to guard it. And now Cam has about 5 feet circled to try and score his 2 or 3 in. They've been finding their draw form here over the last couple ends, so expect a good shot here from Matt Hall. Really nice feel for this spot. One of the faster spots on the ice.
John's just taking a look to see if he sees a piece of it. Throw a bit of weight or lock the freeze.
Might
that
be
curled late.
buried
So,
a hair.
yeah, yeah.
The challenge being this is the side that is just a little bit straighter.
And he's got to throw just a little more weight than Matt Hall through there. So this may run straight.
I think the draw might be the safer option here. Just draw to the face of it, and if Cam gets 2 here, no big deal.
Yeah, even if you come up a hair short in front of it and you're wide open, you'll have a shot on your next one to eliminate the yellow.
Yep. Need this to start crossing that center line. It's pretty close.
That's good. It's a great shot.
Even gets shot stone.
Left a little door for Jace, though.
Yeah, I don't mind that
Sure
type
did.
of a teaser.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a tough shot again, too. That stone, you can probably see about 3/4 from the other end.
You almost have to throw just about the same weight.
Yeah, I think so. And any more runs straight on you.
That's it. See if Jace has that little soft out turn.
You certainly don't want to put too strong of a handle on this one, too strong of a release. Sort of let it slide out of his hand there.
Yeah.
Looks real close.
Really close.
Gotta get it by the guard.
Oh.
Great shot.
Great shot.
Oh.
3 plays and 3 balls in play.
3 is in play. Special thank you to the donations, Larry Howarth, Darren Barber, Patty Ulrich. We really appreciate your support. Very generous donations that help cover future streaming.
Well, nose hit for 3.
Looks like it.
A little intrigue to the game here.
Looks like they like it.
That's good.
Two great shots there by Jason Camm.
This is an end where you sometimes.
Yeah, go ahead there, Jim.
No, I was just in retrospect, this is an end that you're up 7-2. You look if maybe we could have done something. You look back on these ends to try and learn to say, could we have done anything differently to clean the end up a little bit? But that's the 5-rock rule tends to generate offense. So that's kind of what happened there.
And I think from the Cam perspective as well, for Jason, they went and played a good end, played a relaxed end. They're not putting so much pressure on themselves anymore. And they generated a good 3. I think something big for them to learn from as well.
Absolutely.
So heading here, we'll be right back after this quick break.
No matter what speed you're comfortable with, the G50 line has a shoe for you.
That's comfortable and stylish.
When it was time to get his first pair of curling shoes, we went with Goal Line. Now it's time for the G50.
Looks great, but it grips better than anything.
Man, this is a light curling shoe.
These remind me of why I like to play the game.
This is actually the most comfortable curling shoe I have ever owned. It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Firehouse Subs has so many delicious quality subs. There's something for everyone. But the one that started it all more than 25 years ago was the Hook and Ladder. Piping hot and piled high with freshly sliced smoked turkey breast, honey ham, melted Monterey Jack, and loaded with the freshest toppings on a toasted roll. Try the Hook and Ladder today to find out why everyone keeps coming back again and again. The Hook and Ladder. One bite and you'll be hooked. Visit firehousesubs.ca to order online.
Glenn Howard here. I'm a proud beer store manager, one of 7,000 hardworking employees. There's been a lot of talk lately about putting beer in the corner stores. So let's talk about the beer store. We keep prices down with our efficient distribution system. We check IDs, keeping beer out of the hands of minors. We take back and recycle 87% of beer containers sold in Ontario. And we love what we do. I'm proud to say when it comes to selling beer, the beer store does it the best.
Back here in the 7th end. Both these teams looking for a date with Glenn Howard. 4 p.m. today in the championship final here for the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard.
Wonder if the boys are calling him Grandpa now.
Well, the beer man keeps delivering. 10-0 to start the season.
How can you? It's awesome. He's curling it just as he's just as playing as well as he ever has. He's fantastic to watch.
Yeah, and I think the other part of that too is he seems to love the game just as much as well. It was sort of one of the conversations over the summer I had with Glenn about why are we doing this? Why are we trying to play? And for Glenn, it's part of it is still even just getting out there on the ice and it being what he does. And he enjoys the game a lot and really loves to play the game still. You hear the talk, he should retire.
How many?
But, as long as you're still loving what you're doing, why? Yeah, exactly.
And playing with your son. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still ranking inside the top 15 in the world. I think some of that is they don't play as much as they used to as well. But when Glenn gets on the ice, and they're a contender on any spiel they play. So now Cam needs to find a way to generate some steals here.
He does. He's got a pretty good setup right now. Pat's throwing a bomb. Hopefully he's going to remove a couple of stones up there, which he has.
Pat Jansen with the double peel. Rolls the shooter to a corner. That's in a good spot now.
those are the shots you need from a front end right there. You need to pull those off when needed for sure.
Well, that's sort of the challenge, right? When your opponent gets to go first and they keep making every shot, you're going to have to do something a little bit more special to sort of turn the end around, right?
That's it.
Some sort of combo shot, which is what Jansen just did there.
This one's looking a little heavy.
You certainly don't expect mistakes at this level, and these teams don't play for the full mistake. If you can ever get a half-shot mistake and make that combo shot yourself and push yourself forward, you're sort of trying to inch your way closer to getting the advantage, and then from there adding to that advantage. Sort of what this is what makes it chess on ice.
That's exactly right, Jerry. It's great in theory to know what the shot should be. It's trying to make them. I was just thinking this morning, just a shout out, we in Ontario, we lost a great friend, Hugh Murphy, this summer, and I just wanted to mention what a great fan and ambassador for curling he was.
Yeah, I'd like to echo that statement as well. Hugh was truly a pioneer and leader in the sport. He longtime supporter on the Toronto Curling Association board, I believe, as well. Was
that's true.
Part of the OCA there in the transition that came through in the last few years as well. And of course, husband to Janet, father to Justin Murphy and Hale. So now Epping forced into chasing here. Up 2, you don't necessarily like so many guards in play.
There's no freeze on those ones behind the corner, right? What? There's no freeze on those red ones or anything? Yeah.
And I think at this point for Cam, you're just hooking around that center, hoping to clog the middle and hold on tight.
That's it. I agree with you, Jerry.
I think that's the shot. Yeah.
Any play on these two Redstones is just a
It's kind of
matter
an
of
all
trying
or none
to,
situation now, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like any play on those two Reds back there is more of a keep the score close thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Matt's on track.
They've thrown these draws enough. So.
Yeah, Matt Hall has really seemed to find his touch here. Hall skipped team last season. Also played another team. He was part of the Laurier. Winning the OU championships. CIS championship. Just
Little
gets
skid
behind the
tick.
wide guard.
Wow. You need some of those shots once in a while. Little tick off the outside guard.
Every once in a while. The problem is you've got to be tight to that guard. Otherwise, you're going to be peeking out the other side of the center guard by the time you're done.
That's right. Yeah.
Two good back-to-back shots.
Ryan makes
by
a lot of those shots that.
Yeah.
As you said, and it's a kind of an all or none situation now. He's got a couple chances to bury one here.
Jason's playing really no risk right now. He gives up one pretty much ball game. He has to go for the steal. Great shot.
Really all you got at this point. Just try and hide something here. Do you have a question in the chat from Albert Bazinet? I still haven't confirmed that last name, Albert. I hope I got it right. Albert runs the... is who I work with the Manitoba Junior Tour out there, and he's just wondering when the men's final is. We've coming up at 4 p.m. Winner of this game will take on Glenn Howard. Looking forward to a fun matchup there. The women's final will come up at 12:30 Eastern.
It's the right call there. Just peel and try and get Jason to throw a perfect guard.
Yep.
Yeah, just keep it simple, right? Steal a one is not a big deal here.
Yeah.
Like going in, trying to make a play, that's the only way you're giving up a steal of two.
Yeah.
John will probably have a shot too to probably end the game.
Needs to get this fully covered.
Oh, he has half a stone.
Yeah, looks like John's going to have a
little teaser.
Makeable shot here. Yeah, I think this is better than a teaser.
Yeah. It is the straight spot, though. We'll see.
You just got to go throw it clean.
That's it.
Yeah.
Key shot here. Pick this out for three. John Epping, last stone here. Cleaning down the sheet. There it is. We'll put three on the board. That'll be it. 10-5. John Epping will win here. They're heading to the final 4 p.m. later today. Great game by Team Epping. Playing well this weekend. They really controlled the game. Jim Wilson, coach of Team Epping. Matt Camm, thoughts on the game?
Just an all-around good game by John. They were in control most of the game. Just that one little slip in six, but two great shots by Jason's team, and all in all, it was a pretty good game.
I thought our front end Langer and Pat Jansen played really well. They made some key shots early in the ends that helped set up good scoring positions.
Yeah, they really put the game in motion early. You saw some big shots throughout the game, all through the lineup, and Pat Jansen gets the stamp of approval from you, Matt.
Oh yes, he already had it.
Yeah, Pat Jansen, super spare. Certainly, you see him throughout the year with some different teams. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it. We're going to check out here. We'll be back 12:30 Eastern time. We've got Jennifer Jones taking on Lauren Mann in the women's final here at the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. John Epping.
Thanks for having us.
10-5. Oh, sorry. Yep, go ahead.
No, I just said thanks for having us, Jerry.
Yeah, it was really great getting the insights and hearing some good stories. I know the fans really appreciate it, and it's great to change it up a little bit. So, yeah, thanks again, guys.
Perfect. Thanks, Jerry.
All right, we'll be back 12:30 Eastern, women's final. Jennifer Jones taking on Lauren Mann. Looking forward to a fun game there. I know both teams enjoy rocks in play, so we should have some great shot making and some fun curling coming up in about an hour and a half time. Until then, everyone, take care.
When I sweep with the Gold Line Fiber Light, I feel like I'm sweeping on TV.
That's life.
More surface area, better results.
It's that easy.
It's that easy. You need to sweep for weight?
You need to sweep with this.
Now, every time I curl, people ask me, what are you sweeping with?
What are you sweeping with?
What are you sweeping with?
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Firehouse Subs has so many delicious quality subs. There's something for everyone. But the one that started it all more than 25 years ago was the Hook and Ladder. Piping hot and piled high with freshly sliced smoked turkey breast, honey ham, melted Monterey Jack, and loaded with the freshest toppings on a toasted roll. Try the Hook and Ladder today to find out why everyone keeps coming back again and again. The Hook and Ladder. One bite and you'll be hooked. Visit firehousesubs.ca to order online.
Glenn Howard here. I'm a proud beer store manager, one of 7,000 hardworking employees. There's been a lot of talk lately about putting beer in the corner stores. So let's talk about the beer store. We keep prices down with our efficient distribution system. We check IDs, keeping beer out of the hands of minors. We take back and recycle 87% of beer containers sold in Ontario. And we love what we do. I'm proud to say when it comes to selling beer, the beer store does it the best.
Hey, fellow curling fans, it's Stu here from the Stu Sells. Hey guys, welcome to the Stu Sells brand new listing, and we are in Liberty Village. So if you're a young executive and you want to have a great time and be close to your office, then you got to come here to Liberty Village. There's so much going on here. It's got great restaurants, great shops, bars, so much to do. You're close to the lake if you want to go down on the bike path and bike wherever you want. There's parks nearby, and it's a fun little area here in Liberty Village. It's really chic and it's hip, and this unit is spectacular. It is a one-bedroom, perfect for a single person. It's got a large balcony. It goes the full length of the unit, and you can see the lake, and you can watch out at the whole Liberty Village because you're on the 16th floor. We have pool, gym, party rooms. This is like Club Med down here. So look, go to StuSells.ca, look at all the pictures and videos, and then give me Stu a call and I'll come and take you for a tour.